going to give time now to give everyone in our live audience and in our web audience an opportunity to ask questions if they have it. Are there any questions from the live audience? What is a wrap MC? A wrap MC stands for wrap, as in wrap it up or put on a condom. And the MC is a mastery of condoms, which is what you'll be after reading this presentation, seeing us present to you, and taking the test when we're done. As a wrap MC, you'll be an expert in your school and in your community about condoms, where people can find them, how to use them, what they protect against, and what they don't. You are a trusted source by teachers, parents, and students to give important sexual health information to students in the school and in the community.
Who could be a wrap MC?
Anyone can be a wrap MC. We invite students, parents, teachers, coaches, staff members, anyone in the community can become a wrap MC team member. Anyone who wants to promote condom use, teach people how to use condoms correctly, and direct people on where they can get condoms can be a member of the wrap MC team.
How do you use a dental dam?
Well, a dental dam, for one, it is made of latex. It is basically the female equivalent of a favorite condom. So what you have is latex right here. Now, I know nobody likes to favor latex, so they do make flavored versions, and if that isn't enough, you can put flavor lube on it. Just to add aftertaste. So what you do is you place this over top of the intended area, whether it's vaginally or anal, and then you put your tongue and you do what you do.
Any other questions? How do condoms protect you?
Well, condoms act as a very effective fluid that may cause bacteria and viruses from passing from one person to another during sex, oral, anal, or vaginal. All condoms that have been approved by the Food and Drug Administration are proven effective when used correctly. Condoms can be made from latex or polyurethane. How bad is the gonorrhea epidemic in DC?
Well, it's interesting you should ask that. We know that 8% of our teenagers aged 13 to 19 have been diagnosed with chlamydia and or gonorrhea. And we know that this is only the number of young people that have been tested. The actual number of people is much higher because these people may not know or may not recognize the symptoms, and so they've never gotten tested. They may not even have symptoms at all. Therefore, they're walking around with an STD, they don't even know it, and it's going untreated. STDs like chlamydia and gonorrhea that are left untreated can have very devastating consequences, like infertility in their future or pelvic inflammatory disease, and an increased susceptibility to HIV. That's why what we're doing is so important, getting youth condom access so that it can help prevent them from getting STDs in the first place. The Department of Health encourages all young people under the age of 26 to get tested for chlamydia and gonorrhea at least once a year if they're sexually active.
How do you test the HIV and gonorrhea?
Well, testing for some STDs like syphilis or herpes require you to get blood drawn or have an exam. The testing for HIV, gonorrhea, and chlamydia is easy and painless. For gonorrhea and chlamydia, all you have to do is pee in a cup. You will receive your results in 2 weeks. HIV is just as easy. It's a quick painless swab of your mouth where you will get the results back in 20 minutes. And all of these tests are free in DC. You can text Real Talk to 61827 to find out about HIV, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. Text GT Test to 365247 to find out about HIV testing. Or visit our website at www.gctakesonhiv for testing information.
Any other questions?
How bad is the HIV epidemic in Washington?
The question was, for anyone who can't hear it, how bad is the HIV epidemic in Washington, D.C.? According to the most recent data from the Health Department, 3% of the population in Washington, D.C. has been diagnosed with HIV. That is the highest rate in the nation. And only 30% of D.C. residents report using condoms regularly. As we said in this presentation, when used correctly, condoms protect against HIV and other STDs 95% of the time. The Health Department encourages all persons who are sexually active to be tested at least once a year. Getting diagnosed and into medical care early can significantly improve your chances for a healthy future. Fortunately, teens make up the smallest percentage of diagnosed cases at less than 1%. But what we know from our STD data is that youth are having unprotected sex and getting infected with STDs at alarming rates. This means they're putting themselves at risk for HIV. Learning how to use condoms correctly as a teen can help make healthy behaviors a habit and prevent future HIV acquisition. The question from one of our audience members was, how will you get your material? Once you take the test after this presentation, information will be forwarded to the health department informing them that you passed the test. A staff member from the health department will contact you with instructions about how to get your material. For adults who work in the schools, each welcome packet will include condoms. Each school will identify a coordinator who will maintain a file of the certificates and a supply of condoms from the Department of Health. When you run out of your starter condoms, you can see your school coordinator who will provide you with additional condoms. I don't think we have any other questions from our audience, but we do have some questions from you guys who are out there listening on your computers.
We have a question about more information on the use of female condoms.
If you'd like more information on female condoms and where to get them or how to use them, you can visit the Department of Health website at www.goh.dc.gov/HASTA, which is HAHSTA, and find out more information about female condoms.
We'll be having further training on female condoms at a later date.
If you have any other questions from your computer at home, please feel free to type them into the chat space now so that we'll have an opportunity to answer them for you. If you have any questions in the future after this presentation is over about condoms or where to find them or how you can get access to them in DC, you can send an email to condoms@dc.gov. If there are no further questions, we'd like to wrap things up for today. Thanks so much for joining us, and hopefully you'll be a part of the RAP MC team soon.